What's up, y'all? Thank you for joining me. I'm very excited to bring you the first project car that I will be having on this channel. Okay, now so since we've had our fun with all the cinematic style shots, I'm gonna go over what's actually wrong with the car. I guess how much I got the car for, and what my intentions for what the build is gonna be. So first things first, as you can see, the car has needed quite a bit of body work and rust restoration since I've acquired it. This is a Northeast car, so if these cars are driven in the wintertime, then the salt just eats away at them. And unfortunately, this is a all-wheel drive model, so I'm sure this is never taken off the road, but I had to go through. This is just, I think there was like a little bit of rust on the edge, so I sanded that down, primered over it. I had to do, and there's still like little bits I might have to go back and touch up and everything. I know all this is probably gonna have to get touched up before paint goes on it, but I'm just trying to make this functional. I think this is just some metal dust from grinding and cutting and stuff, a lot of that surface rust. But yeah, I've had to do quite a bit of body work. There was basically a big chunk that was like smashed out, so I had to like melt it a little bit and push it back. And I've just been trying to make it flat. I'm not sure if I want to keep it that way, but I don't know. Anyways, I've cut all this crappy ducting out, or not ducting, but the little grill that was right down here. But yeah, first things first was the body work. Just needed tons of body work. And right here, I know everyone's like, what the hell is going on here? I might get some new fenders. It's actually kind of hard to find like cheapish fenders for 4-door E46 around here. So just trying to, there was like literally this entire thing was rusted away, so I had to weld in a little patch here, and then I'm just trying to make the original curvature with Bondo. But probably going to be placing the rotors because they have a lot of surface rust on them. So second thing that was wrong with this car was the front suspension, or yeah, I guess you could call it suspension, but mainly like the steering. I had to replace the tie rods. Yeah, they were completely blown out. This wheel would just like wobble like crazy. I also am in the process of replacing the control arms. I do believe I have, that's the old one right here. Got this new one in here on this side. But these bushings back here, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but once you replace these, you gotta replace the bushings as well, and those in themselves are like $100. So I have to take the bushings to a specific Euro shop to get those pressed in. I got some new bushings in the garage. But yeah, just tightening up the front suspension. I do plan on this being like a track-ish car, if I can get on the track anywhere around here or in the near future. But yeah, another thing is I had to tighten up the front suspension. All right, so as you may notice, we are under the car and the exhaust is being held up by a block of wood, and that is because those flanges right there, I don't know if you'll be able to see them, those little flanges, those were, here, I'll try to get under there. I had to literally cut that one out and replace it with one I had in the garage because it was all gassed up from getting that thing apart. The studs were like rust welded together, and there is a massive exhaust leak, like terrible. So hopefully that's going to seal up. I'm probably going to have to come back under here and clean that up, but at the current moment there's 2 flat flanges on there. We are in the process of taking these nasty catted headers out, if you even want to call them headers, exhaust manifolds. Dang, now that I look in here, it's going to be quite the task. I have a plan for that. I'm going to reveal that in another video I'm actually going to film today. So the reason I'm removing these is because, I mean, BMWs are 10 times better if they have headers on them. It doesn't do a whole lot for performance. You might gain like 8 to 10 horsepower, but it sounds a whole lot better. Just, I mean, these things literally sound like glorified Camrys. It's a M54 2.5, so B25. It's not the fastest thing, but 200 horsepower, all-wheel drive. I think this thing will be a pretty decent track car. So last but not least, we got these really, I think I'm in the shade, kind of really ugly wheels. I hate how these things look on this. I don't know, a lot of people might like these. I think their style, I'm not even going to say it because I'm not going to know, but they have good tires on them. They're the proper size and everything, but I don't know, for the way they make this car sit off the ground, and I can't put coilovers on it. I might get into that later, but can't really put coilovers on these XIs. The way this sits off the ground, I don't like these wheels at all. Hopefully I can go to a smaller tire soon, but I have some wheels that I'm going to be replacing these wheels with. I really wanted to go with a 16-inch BBS, but I can't find tires for under like $500, and I don't feel like spending $500, and most likely I'll be able to find a whole set of wheels with tires eventually for under that. But yeah, so I guess I'm just going to sit in here to sweat it out for this outro. It's super hot in here compared to outside. The temperature is dropping off a whole lot up here. I'm not sure if it has to do with the hurricane down south. Prayers to everyone out there. I know it's a real tough time right now, and especially to go through natural disasters like fires or a hurricane or tornado. It's really tough for not just the people that are going through it, but the surrounding people that really want to support it as well. But if you can do anything, please support them. But anyways, I got this car because I got this car for $900. Overall, it's pretty rough. It was not nearly this rough when I picked it up. I mean, if you know, you know. Once you start a build and you start doing body work, the car looks like literal garbage before you start getting things all buttoned up and looking really nice. But I did like the blue. I forgot what it's called, but it's a nice navy blue with some flake in it. I'm not going to keep that. But overall, that's it. Those few things that I showed you is all that's wrong with the car. It runs amazingly. It has 117,000 miles on it, which is, I think it's probably the lowest online. The Corolla over here has like 60,000 miles on it, but this is the lowest mileage car that I've had just to like play around with. So probably my belly's hanging out. So it's the lowest mileage car I've had to just play around with, and I don't know, it's just going to be fun building something like this. I've never built a BMW, let alone an all-wheel drive BMW, so it might be a really sweet track car. So my plans for the build, I'm going to end up painting this. I have a color in mind. It's already in the cart. I'm getting ready to do the sanding work as soon as I can get the headers installed. So it's going to be headers with, I hate to say it, probably a burble tune. I'm probably going to get hate for that, but I don't care. It sounds better than the Camry sound that's coming out of it right now. So probably a burble tune with the headers. Also going to change out the wheels. I got some wheels in the garage. I'm just going to swap over. I'm going to, I mean, what else? May possibly swap out the rotors and brakes. I also have a set of E39 brakes and rotors, and I'm in calipers. I might throw those on and just end up upgrading those other ones. So if I end up doing that, I'll have bigger brakes. I might not even need them, so I might not go down that route unless I really need to replace my rotors and everything. But yeah, I'm just buttoning up the car, painting it, and then having some fun with it, and maybe selling it, because $900 is stupid cheap. I really appreciate you watching this and sticking through with it. I know a lot of people, they'll just watch a video for a few minutes, maybe a couple seconds, and just click off of it. So if you appreciated any of the content that I brought you and you watched all the way through, I really do appreciate that. This is hopefully the second video I'm going to be putting out, and if you have it in your heart to go ahead and subscribe, do all the little clicks. I know it's not very hard, but I could say probably all of us that go onto YouTube, you'll like some stuff and you'll like the content, but you won't give a like or a subscribe for more content. And then you might even end up, you know, you want to see more of the content later on and you can't even find the content because you didn't subscribe. So please give me a subscribe and a like. It will help me grow the channel, will help me continue to do these things. I'm brand new, so I don't know if this is going to work out, but if I get the support, then, I mean, to the races.